don't even know what day of lockdown we are currently on, but I know the days are really starting to blur together and all of our usual leaving the house routine is over. With this going on, I'm getting a lot of questions about what we're doing with our plants from the shindig, because I'd started a lot of extra plants for that. And a lot of them I sent with my friend Jill. Her channel is Whispering Willow Farm. She's on Instagram, and she's actually taking in a sale that they're trying to convert over to be online, where people will essentially place orders and those orders will be filled. So I'll put her Instagram down below so you guys can check that out. And I just sent those plants to her to like repot and label and all of that stuff. So she'll be selling a lot of plants, and a lot of them started here. But some of these I'm just sharing with some friends of mine. And actually this box that I just got ready here is going to a couple of friends who are doing a garden this year, and it's new to them. It's something that they're new at. They tried to start seeds and they had some trouble with it, so I am hooking them up with some started plants, and they're gonna swing by here and pick them up. So they're actually doing a few raised garden beds in a suburban backyard, and I'm sending them with 2 different eggplants, the Adern and Rosa Bianca, a sampler of different basils, multiple peppers including lemon spice, pumpkin spice, shishito, notapino, California Wonder, and a Keystone Resistant. So they'll have a good variety of hot and sweet with that. And then multiple of my favorite tomato varieties, Climbing Triple Crop, Blue Goldberry, Dr. Ritchie's. There's also an Abe Lincoln and a Sweetie in here. So they'll have a good variety of slicers and cherry to be able to make salsa and eat fresh. Bear. I think we're getting really close to time for our first garden tour of the year. What do you think, Bear?
That's really, maybe someday I'll be a plant giver awayer, and we can, well, hopefully we won't be social distancing by then.
Well, this is our social interaction in this strange time which we're living.
Thanks, Jen.
It's crazy.
Hey, go give Jessica hugs for me, because I can't.
Yeah, I'd hug you, but you know, I'm a rule follower. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
I love that smell. Hey, bud, did you get a little flag?
Yeah.
Cool. Daddy gave it to you? I'm so glad you're so happy. Check out the garden. Okay, Beulah girl, it's time to wake up. Y'all, the first time the garden gets weed eated in the spring, and it looks so lovely. This is incredibly exciting to me. Look at this. Oh, Bear, are you ready? Because it's been such a warm spring, the weeds down here were really, really bad. They were as tall as the garden beds in some places. And having them cut down just opens it up so much. It's very thrilling. Jackson is my 14-year-old, and as you saw him weed eating, that's one of his chores that he does, and he does a really good job of it. Y'all, look at these volunteers. This is like a red Ursa kale or ragged jack, and it's growing all here. I didn't plant that. And then this is some sort of mustard. And this is, I'm actually not sure what this is. What do y'all think? Maybe a radish, actually. It feels like radish leaves. Well, we'll give it to the boys over here. You want a treat? Looks like you already got some treats. Did you already get treats? Ross Poldark, look at him. He's got food hanging from his mouth. Are you sharing with your buddy? What a sweet boy you are. Our last frost date was actually estimated for April 6th. Today's the 1st, and our 10-day forecast, all the lows are in the 50s. So I'm safe to plant my garden, which is super exciting. I don't think I can remember a year that I needed the garden season emotionally as much as I do this year. It really settles me a lot to have this to do. just to have something in front of me to do, and just the knowledge that I'll be able to grow food. That makes me feel really, really thankful. And I am so excited for how many of you are endeavoring on your first gardens. You know, my friends that I introduced you to sort of earlier, I know I didn't really get to do like a real formal introduction the way I normally would because we really were keeping our distance, but they actually are friends of ours before either of us did YouTube. We've been friends for several years, and they have a YouTube channel which focuses on, you know, family, and they are resellers and they do a lot of that stuff. That's not really just the focus of their content, but this year is their first year really doing much of a garden. They've grown a little bit before, but it's really cool to me. I'm seeing it in my friends locally that people are endeavoring in their first real attempts at growing, and so many of you have sent me messages stating that you were either, oh, dinner's done, that you were either really thankful that you started your first garden last year and you were going into this year with some experience under your belt, or that you were inspired and that you were going to start your first garden this year. And I just wanted to say I'm so proud of you, and I hope it brings you tons of joy and tasty treats. And I mean actual sustenance too, not just tasty treats. I know somebody will say I'm gonna live off of it, and more power to you. Treats and dinners and lunches, whatever. I mentioned earlier doing a garden tour soon, and I think what I'm gonna do actually is I've talked to Maya and we're going to put the trellises back up. Maybe tomorrow. We were gonna do it tonight, but dinner just came out of the oven, so probably not tonight. But at this point, we're kind of just putting everything back together again, and then I'm going to plant. But first, I am going to do a video showing you guys what all is in here, because you have asked to see the contents of my greenhouse, so I will share that with you. I'm really enjoying making regular content for you guys. I've been receiving so many messages saying that they appreciate kind of the refuge during this time when there's a lot of stressful stuff on the TV, just to have something to kind of slip into. And that is so my hope for this. I hope that you can pour yourself a cup of coffee or tea and just come and visit my farm for 10 or 15 minutes a day. I really love the fact that we get to share that with you. That is actually the reason why I started this channel, was that I wanted to teach people how to grow food, and I wanted to extend a place at our table, figuratively speaking, to people who needed a refuge. So this is, it's a joyful thing to me to be able to share with you. So I do want to do a greenhouse tour, and part of what I want to do in that is really take an assessment of what all I've got going on out here, because I have a lot of plants and I really need to get an idea of what all I need to plant, because it's actually my first year to have our high tunnel. It's not even up yet, but we're laying it out, and we're actually doing kind of raised beds in there. They're not like raised real high, but they're built up on top of the ground. And in that, I'm going to be planting quite a lot of tomatoes in there. And so I have to decide tonight exactly where all my trellises are going to go in this garden to grow tomatoes out here. This is so much gardening space. I'm super, super excited about it. Super thankful for it. A little bit overwhelmed by it. Not so much in a negative way, but like that analysis paralysis thing kind of creeps in, like you got to get it right. And really, I mean, there's grace to just plant. Hey bud.
Can we pick a tangent now? Ashton and Jackson can set us up.
I want to play Catan Jr. with you.
No.
We need to go up there and eat dinner. Come look at all these plants. Look. Does it make you just happy being in with all these plants?
Yeah, well.
Hey, guess what time it is? Guess what we can do, like this week?
What?
Plant your garden. That's exactly how I feel.
Buttered.
All right, you ready to go eat dinner?
No, I didn't. I barely get to do work.
You barely got to do any work. You are the workingest boy. Come on, let's go eat dinner. Hey, we're gonna do a lot of work out in the garden tomorrow, okay? You'll have jobs tomorrow, okay? And you gotta plant your garden soon, so you gotta go shopping in Mommy's greenhouse and figure out what you're gonna plant. Ben, look at that garden. Isn't it beautiful?
This is a garden.
This is a garden too. Exciting things are upon us. Hey, Home Slice, get down. Come on. Very, very exciting things.
Very exciting.
This season,
So we can,
it holds so much promise. What'd you say?
can we plant our garden this day?
This day? No, it's almost dark. We gotta go eat dinner. Come on. We'll plant it this week. We'll plant it this week. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today. I bless you. Until next time.